welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back inside the StreamYard studios for yet another exciting interview for you guys. I am your host of the Fighting Queens interview, Jake. And of course, if you guys don't know anything about the Fighting Queens on Instagram, we are a page that shows love and support to women of all combat sports. So please, if you guys have an Instagram, please go and check us out. Now, of course, I'm very excited about my guest today because my guest recently fought at combat sports coverage and then got herself an amazing submission. And of course, we have a lot to talk about with her. So please help me welcome in Miss Kayla yontef.
Hey, what's up? That was very nice.
Hey, well, how you been doing here lately, girl?
Good. I mean, I was just really happy to get to compete in anything, period. I love all combat sports, so anything works.
And of course, shout out to combat sports coverage because I know they've been working their butts off with everything that they're doing as far as the jiu-jitsu stuff. And I feel like they don't get enough appreciation that they should have at least. So
Dude,
shout out to
they
go
did
ahead.
like 60 fights, 60
Yeah.
grappling matches. And anytime that I get to grapple live in a competition setting without paying $100, amazing. So I was very grateful for that. And the venue was really fun too. That's my cat. But yeah, no, they did awesome. Weigh-ins were
Uh,
fun too. The media stuff, cool.
it's like they take so much pride and dedication in as far as the jiu-jitsu stuff, and I've had the honor and privilege to get a chance to sponsor a couple events, even got a chance to have our logo on a couple of t-shirts. So shout out to Thomas, shout out to everybody at combat sports coverage because it's not only the jiu-jitsu stuff that they do, they also do live events down in the Texas area as well.
Dude, they did Muay Thai too. There were a few Muay Thai fights just in the middle of the jiu-jitsu. It was like I knew that the crowd was gonna go crazy because it was like 30 fights in, and suddenly some Muay Thai came out, and
Yeah.
everybody started having, the shin guards and such, and it was fun. They did everything.
So, I mean, would you, suggest any competitor who was wanting to compete for combat sports coverage to send them to combat sports coverage? Because it seems like they're doing just incredible things, and hopefully they'll expand to go into more different places. We've seen them in Florida, we see them in Texas, but would you suggest any fighter for them to go check them out?
Shoot, I mean, any fighter for them to go. I think just whoever's local. I think whoever is local, I think it's such a great opportunity to get experience. Um, I know that they're, already doing future events. And so I'm going to get the opportunity to be part of that. So that's really fun and just excited to see where they go.
And then, hey, shout out to Thomas once again. He is an amazing individual, not only just with the fighting stuff, but he's also doing like a lot of photo shoots I've seen as well. So go and give Combat Sports Coverage a follow and a shout out because they have made a tremendous impact on my life and on yours and so many others who has fought for them as far as their lives being impacted by this.
Yeah. Especially like anytime I get to see little kids grappling, it's so cute. And I just know it means the war to them, means the war to the parents, all that good stuff.
And plus, I mean, you're in good hands with such an amazing organization like Combat Sports Coverage because it's for all ages, and I believe they even do a lot of different like grappling. They do some fighting stuff. It's really really awesome to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
And of course, one thing I definitely want to get a chance to ask you to get things started is that we all get inspired by what we do best. Me when it comes to interviewing, but you when it comes to fighting. So, what inspired you to start fighting?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Um, I think I was at the point of my life where I was just kind of in a situation where I got a lot of freedom for the first time.
Yeah.
Um, like not going too crazy into it, but I was kind of not in the best kind of household, and that problem kind of came to a natural conclusion. And when it did, I started going to a normal high school. I started doing all these things. I lost a lot of weight because I was extremely heavy. I never did any sports, but I had always been like super interested in it, right? Super
Yeah.
interested in combat. And so I started just doing things I always wanted to do but never had the opportunity. And one of them was mixed martial arts. And I started really shyly. I did like a cardio kickboxing kind of thing, became obsessed with it. I was going to like cardio kickboxing classes like twice a day, which is just crazy. I started finally after like a year of that. I started finally. I'm gonna do some Muay Thai. I'm gonna get in there, right? So I go into the Muay Thai section after like a year of like trying to up myself, right? Because I was so terrible. Like I think it's hard to conceptualize how terrible I was because I'm 10 years in now, but it took me like 6 weeks to learn how to shrimp. Like I was a very unathletic, uncoordinated person. Um, but yeah, I went into the Muay Thai class, and the guy was like, "Actually, Tuesdays and Thursdays is jujitsu, but you should stay." And
Yeah.
there's like a bunch of dudes in this room. They're all like touching each other. I've never even really heard of grappling. Like I just knew like punch, punch, kick, kick. But
Yeah.
I was so shy and so anxious that I wasn't about to be like, "Oh, I don't want to be in your class." So I went in that class, and dude, like before it ended, I knew it was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
And you talked about it, you've been doing this now for 10 years. I mean, do you ever kind of look back as far as how you started to where you are today?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I definitely look forward, really. But it's definitely inspiring to just know, it's like as far as I get to take this, I'm gonna take it. But I'm already just so fulfilled and happy. I just want to do MMA for the rest of my life and be involved in combat sports in some way, and that will be enough for me. And the rest is just frosting on the cake. And that cake really belongs to just my gym and my teammates and everyone who's been part of that journey.
Yeah, and of course, something that we want to get a chance to talk to you as far as your gym. I mean, you train at Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai, and as far as Jiu-Jitsu, you train at Level Up Jiu-Jitsu. Talk about how much Main Street and Level Up Jiu-Jitsu has helped you ever since you joined them.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. No, it's crazy. Um, yeah, so Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai is the main gym that I train at, and I do jujitsu there as well. There's an instructor who is a professor at both of them, and that's kind of how I do level up jujitsu as well as and I train there at nights. Um, but I guess I guess so. As an amateur, I had a really good stride. I think that there's a lot of kind of training scars that go on between your amateur career, especially as a female fighting in 145 divisions, like I was,
Yeah.
and then transitioning to a pro. And I ended up 1-2, so I was on a 2-fight losing streak, and I had just lost my second fight, and it was like I put so much into I always have tried my best and had a huge level of commitment for this stuff. But
Yeah.
for that second fight, I did so much work that like I couldn't even it made me feel like I never even knew what hard work was before.
Yeah.
I worked so hard for that fight and I showed up for everything. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
showed up in every single way. And when the fight came, I showed up both in the best technique I had at the time and the best physical shape I have ever been in, and just mentally and fight wise. Like we put on a really great fight of the night. Me and Veronica, sweetheart, and she totally whipped my butt. And it was
Yeah.
like, fuck, I worked so hard. I did everything and I still sucked, you know? And
Yeah.
but I had definitely gotten better, and it's like I saw myself giving that effort, and it made me really respect myself,
Yeah.
and it made me go ahead and chase the opportunities that I knew I needed to get better. And I ended up Greg Jackson, because I was training at Jackson's in New Mexico. Greg
Yeah.
Jackson was one of my coaches, and he had friends with another coach, and that coach happened to fight on the same card with Brittany, who's a girl like I always had looked at Brittany. Um, Cloudy, Brittany Cloudy. She's another fighter. Invicta, one of the first female athletes that I'd ever seen in the sport. And I was just amazed with her, especially as someone who was so polar opposite, but in the same weight class, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so I was always a big Brittany fan. And then I found out Brittany trains at that gym and this and that. And, I got Greg's blessing to go over there. And so I contacted Crew Bob, who's the head coach at Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai, and I was just like, "Hey, can we schedule a visit?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, of course. When?" And I was like, "Uh, can I show up tomorrow?" And so I got in my car and I drove over there like 13 hours or something.
Yeah.
A few days after my fight, and I just started training over there, and I fell in love with it. Um, I was there for about a month, and about the last week into that month, I ended up rupturing my patella tendon and breaking my kneecap. So that was like my first big major injury. Um, and it was like, man, everything's kind of falling apart. Weird, not so great, but I kind of felt like I had a little direction, and
Yeah.
I had a really good feeling in my heart, even though on paper everything was kind of going down south. I felt very peaceful because I knew I was on the path again. And so I went back home to Arizona, healed up, and officially moved out, and yeah, came to Houston, and that was about 2 years ago. And
Yeah.
then I got really into boxing over here and kind of really dove into that aspect because that was my weakest area. Um, Fixed that up, and then I met Professor Art Rivas, and he teaches at Level Up as well as Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai. And he was a big fan of my grappling at the time. I got a lot of my grappling from Greg Jackson and Andrew Tennyson, uh, both of which I still talk to and will always be part of my journey. Anthony Burchek as well, 10th Planet Tucson, just so much um, amazing knowledge that I got on the ground. But getting there in fights is another story, right?
Yes, of
Um,
course.
totally another story, right? It's like the fact that you've got to stand up every single time. You telling me that they can just like in jiu-jitsu, everyone wants to grapple. So I was so used to people being like, yeah, let's grapple. But when people start just standing up, how dare they, right? How dare
Right?
but yeah, started to fix that aspect of my game. Um, I did some TCL boxing and had some really great success there. Austin Trout trains at my gym, Bobby Benton, and they both really took me under their wings, and I'm so grateful for them and the kind of just the kind of love that's been poured into me, both in teammates and coaches, but also just mentorship is nothing short of cinematic, and I just can't express how lucky I feel to get it,
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they took really good care of me. Had another fight that was about 6 months ago. Ended up losing, boo, but it was a lot better, and I was very proud of it. And I got to like fighting has so many stories involved in it, and I was
Yeah.
just able to once again just make myself proud and know that I'm on the right direction, um, and just know myself deeper. It's like I was so convinced growing up that, like all of us, right? I was very convinced that I didn't like myself.
Yeah.
I wasn't somebody worth liking. And it's not that fighting made me like a cool person. And so
Yeah.
now I'm a different person than I thought. No, fighting taught me that you don't even fucking know yourself, dude. Do you
Yeah.
want to meet them? And I've gotten to meet myself now, and that's
A blessing. It's definitely a blessing for sure.
undescribable.
Yeah.
Undescribable.
And the one thing I really want to get a chance to talking about is, I mean, you mentioned it, 10 years of being a part of the sport, and the one question I always ask all the fighters is, when it comes to training, there's always been the best part about training. There's been the best parts about training, but sometimes there's one part about training that gets the best of us. From your perspective, what has been the hardest part about training?
Oh man, the hardest part. Well, cutting weight fucking sucks. because like I just want to eat whatever I want. Like that always sucks. Um,
Yeah.
so it's like that's probably the most annoying part. Um, Also the injuries, like in that fight that I was talking about before, I ended up breaking my hand and like my eye got real messed up. So
Yeah.
it was like the injuries suck so bad. It's insane the whiplash, and like I said with my knee before,
Hmm.
the whiplash to go from best shape of your life, you're indestructible karate master, whatever MMA, fighting. Ooh, I'm so tough, right? To go from
Yeah.
that to just instantly like disabled for a little while, the whiplash is crazy. So that really sucks too. Food and injuries, I think that's probably, overall what people would say. But God, it's so stupid to even complain about it because I don't know, mixed martial arts is like a Thanksgiving table, right? And the empowerment aspect is like the turkey and like the sweet potatoes is kind of the problem solving. There's a bunch of different great dishes that I like about it. And then it's like you have to eat some green beans,
Oh
you know?
yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
fucking green beans, but it's like a
No.
Thanksgiving feast. I'm not gonna complain that there's green beans at the table. It's part of the Thanksgiving thing. Like get used to it, right?
It is what
I
it is. Oh
feel
yeah.
I God, there's just no room to even pretend there's issues, you know? For me at
I
least. I love the
I think
lifestyle.
I think your cat is mowing for you. I don't know what's going on.
He does that.
I
It's
was
because
like,
he wants more food, and I'm telling him, you can't be doing that, dude. I gotta be a responsible pet owner and not make him,
eat as much. Yeah. I
but he
understand
doesn't
that completely.
understand. I wish I could just have one conversation with him where I could just explain that I don't hate him.
Yeah.
But
When most animals are like that for sure. And the one thing I definitely wanted to get a chance to ask you is, as far as motivation, there's a lot of great things that can motivate us through training camp, through fight camp, whether if it's going to the movies or for me, for example, my biggest motivation is music. So my question to you is, what has been the biggest motivation to you during fight camp or even during training camp for that matter?
uh well, follow up question later. I want to hear what kind of music you like. But
Yeah,
as far as like it's just and I know this isn't the answer, but
yeah,
it's like I just know I keep saying it, but it really is just like how I feel. Like especially with the injuries I've had with my history, I am just so fucking happy that I get to train every day. I need motivation not to go in, I need motivation to not do it. Um and even that I don't even think that's real. And it's also like I just have so much fun at training too. The environment's great. Both at Level Up Jiu-Jitsu and at Main Street. Just I get to go hang out and goof off with my friends, and we just make some art together, some get creative and do some collaboration and do some drills and gossip about MMA and get tired and then go home. Like are you motivated to eat ice cream? Like okay, I don't know, I just love it. I just love it. Oh, I can't hear you. No. Okay. Okay. I'll distract them.
hey, can you hear and see me now?
Yes, I can.
All right, awesome. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties with these headphones. I don't know why they did the things that they doing. But back to what I was saying, as far as your question on what type of music I listen to, I listen to a little bit of everything. I mostly listen to rock, to metal, to new metal, country, some pop. It all depends on the artist, but it's mostly just the rock genre that I basically grew up on. It's
Okay.
been Like, if you want to know my top three artists as of right now, oh, I hope you're ready for this one. So, ever since he passed away, I've been on the Ozzy kick. I've been on the Ozzy slash Black Sabbath kick. Uh,
Okay, Black Savage, yeah.
Sleep Token. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're just like Slipknot, except they actually try to hide their identity and the old school Linkin Park. Nothing wrong with the new stuff, but they're old school Linkin Park, like Chester
Magic.
Bennington. Yes.
Magic. Yeah, there's a lot of artists who it's like I like all their music, like it's but something about that old original where it's like the hustle. Same with like fighters. There's something magical about like early days of like Max Holloway, early days of Dustin Poirier. Not that there's anything like not magical about them now. It's just a different, more relatable part of the journey, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's also like that too. It's like when you hear Black Sabbath's War Pigs, that's one of those songs that gets you hyped up. It doesn't matter if you're in camp or it doesn't matter if you're in a fight. It's just the fact that you hear music that motivates you. It's like, and I talk to all these fighters, like some would say, oh, I listen to rap. Like, no offense to rap, but it's just like, I feel like the rock music gets you more energetic than ever before. I feel like it brings the intensity for training. It brings the intensity for a fight. It brings so much intensity to build up something
Yes.
like a fight or an event or some sort of way because that's basically the stuff I grew up on. I grew up on Metallica. I grew up on Slipknot. I grew up on all these bands thanks to my oldest brother because of how dedicated he was to heavy metal, to rock music, and just in general.
Yes. No,
And
I like rap when I'm doing like drilling work or like shadow boxing, but when
yeah,
it's time to go, yeah, that's when the sick puppies come out for sure.
oh, I
Survivor,
haven't heard that band in years. Oh my
Rise
goodness.
Against, Rise. Yeah. It's like the old WWE music. You know the video games?
Yes, yes. Oh
Yeah.
my. Or the what was it? I think 2010 had Skillet's Monster or Hero. No, it was Hero. It was Hero.
Monster. I need
Oh,
a hero. Save my life.
uh,
I'm gonna move my cat.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. You gotta take care of your cat, which is understandable for sure. If you want another good band to listen to, I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Red. Red is a really good band as far as like their old stuff. Their old stuff is really good. Once again, it's called Red.
Red. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that should, as an MMA fighter, that should be an easy color to
I
remember.
was gonna say because there's a song off of I want to say it's off their second record. It's called "Watch You Crawl," and it's very heavy and it's very insane. And there's other bands too. Shine Down is one of my favorites right now. 3 Days Grace. I mean,
Okay,
Breaking
hell yeah.
Benjamin.
Animal I've become. Okay, hell yeah. I was
Uh,
listening to that this morning. That's
uh,
for sprints.
that or Pain is another good one, or Time of Dying. But as far as Shine Down, Sound of Madness, that's a very heavy one. Oh man.
Papa Roach.
Papa Roach, yes. Oh, what is it called? Uh, Last Resort.
This
Uh,
is my last reason.
Resort.
Medication. I'm breathing.
I don't give a fuck if I come out breathing.
Yeah.
I'm see. This is one thing I could talk about is fights in music because I am that nerd. I am like that nerd that when I was in high school, I would not talk. I was not like a sociable person. All I would do was carry these around. That's all I would do. Even today, like if I go to work, like if I'm on my break, please don't bother me. This is my music time. That like if you want to talk about he said she said BS, I'm not listening to it. I'm in my own zone.
The he said she said bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Limp Bizkit. Yeah, I'm sorry
I'm
for
so
talking about
glad you
music
picked
so
up on
much.
that joke because I was like, oh man, what if he doesn't get it?
Oh, I'll get it as far as Limp Bizkit, because recently they was on a new Madden game. And they were like, "Who is Limp Bizkit?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this generation isn't gonna know what good music is until they listen
Dude,
to it."
when kids know Metallica because of Fortnite,
Oh my gosh, yes.
ah, the little kids I teach jujitsu to, ah,
No, it's because they're also on Stranger Things. I believe I've never seen Stranger Things, but I did
it's
see
so
that
good.
they was on. I think the final season they had Master of Puppets on there, and I was like, okay. This is interesting. The fact that Metallica is on Netflix out of all places, that's fine with me.
Yeah. Dude, they
I
had so much like 80s music in that show that just came on, and suddenly I'm hearing like the 80s classics again. I'm like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh." Yeah,
before I move
that
on,
should brought it back.
I would say if there is one song that I listen to a lot as far as like the Black Sabbath stuff, Paranoid is like one of my all time favorite songs by them. It's such a
Okay.
great song. It is such, and rest in peace to Ozzy, because he created so many great songs and basically inspired a generation that grew up on heavy metal.
Dude, Crazy Train.
Crazy Train's a good one. No More Tears.
Yeah.
Dreamers a really underrated one. Or Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley's a good one.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
I
So,
know that
sorry,
one.
I can talk about music all day, but yeah, let's go ahead and get back to this interview. The one thing I would love to get a chance to talk about, and this is something that I want to get a chance to know about as far as the mental side of things. See, in this sport has made a tremendous impact on all of us, whether if you're a fighter or if you're an interviewer just like myself in a mental way. So my question to you is, how much has the sport made an impact on you mentally?
Bro. Bro, this sport's like I think there Valentina has a quote, and when I read it, especially coming from like a chick, it made me feel so like seen, right? She
Yeah,
says martial arts isn't just some kind of sport or way to get rich for me. It's my religion.
yeah,
It's my everything. And that's like same for me. It's my everything. And
yeah,
I see it everywhere, and it's like I know I can do anything because I can fight camp it. When I had those really terrible injuries and it really seemed like everything was falling apart,
yeah,
there was a fighter I really admired, and I asked him for some advice, like just because I know that he had struggles too in his career and a lot of ups and downs, and I just really admired him, and I wanted to see what he said. He said, "Treat it like it's a fight camp."
yeah,
When you have these injuries, treat it like it's a fight. Don't go fucking off the rare. Don't self soothe, self medicate. Don't numb it out, just like you would a fight camp. What's the mission? What's the goal? How are you going to get there? You got 8 weeks. You need to treat your rehab like it's your training. You need to eat not for cutting weight, but eating in a way that supports your recovery. You need to sleep the utmost seriousness, right?
yeah,
Fight camp it. If you want results, fight camp it. And I think about that too. Like I did an EMT program over a summer, and it's like a lot of studying, especially for somebody who like I was never a good student. Like I had to like actually like read things, study, memorize body parts.
yeah, yeah,
I don't remember any of it now, but I remember it was like that summer. It's like buckle down and fight camp it.
yeah,
And mixed martial arts has given me a way of thinking about things where I attack them, where
yeah,
I attack them, where I battle plan for them, where I um, can shape myself. And like I said, when I first started this sport, I sucked so bad. I was like, I meet people now, and I'm teaching them how to shrimp, or like the little kids I teach, right? Let's
yeah,
show them and they're instantly doing double legs and shit. And I'm like I learned a double leg this year. Like learned like a real one, a real one. I learned a real double leg this year, and these
yeah,
kids, and it's just and it's like everyone has their things and whatever. But it's like okay, if I buckle down, I feel like I can learn anything.
yeah,
Like I've learned combat sports, I can learn this too, and um, it feels amazing. Like you can never learn it all, right? There's always going to be mountains, but just the process of climbing those mountains is something that I can take anywhere. And martial arts has also taught me like nothing's actually that serious.
yeah.
Um, there's this guy who climbs free solo, Alex Haldo, maybe, but
Something, yeah,
he said something I always think about, which is he's like, people get anxious because they don't know real danger. And so now that I climb mountains and shit, it's like I know what real danger is and it puts everything into perspective.
Yeah.
And martial arts really has given me perspective and what freedom it is that comes with that.
Yeah, let me try to fix my adjustments from here. You know what? One thing I can say about this is that for anybody who doesn't know about how long I've been doing this now, I've been doing this interview stuff for I want to say about 3 years, and every
Woo.
time like my buddies go, Jake, why do you keep on doing this for? Because one, you know, just to be able to get a chance to have you on here to share your story is very inspiring, very incredible. But number two is that this sport can make a tremendous impact whether if you're a fighter or if you're an interviewer. Because like I will tell you this, just hearing your stories, just hearing the things that you've gone through is also very inspiring. It inspires to me, and I hope it inspires anybody that's watching this live or will watch this because I've had my struggles myself. I mean, I'm working on it, getting better because I struggle with depression and anxiety for I can't tell you how long. And what keeps me going is not only just the medication I take, but of course my family, but it's seeing what you girls do in the ring, in the cage. And I will tell you this, what you girls do is very inspiring. And for anybody who is struggling right now, who is struggling in a mental way, first of all, I don't think sitting on a couch and eating potato chips is not going to help out at all. If anything, you need to get up. You need to go to your local gym, whether if it's boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, anywhere. Because I promise you this, if you're not being loved by your own family, then just walk into any gym. You may not know the person that is training you, but however, they know you in such a mental way. Kayla can agree with me on this because when you walk into a gym, any gym at all, it will feel like your second family. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's like and it, like again, it's like not get because it's like it doesn't matter, right? But
Yeah.
I just always felt like I had a shit stain on me, like dog shit on my chest. And
Yeah.
no matter what I put over it, no matter how many times I tried to, cover it up with different perfumes, it was just a matter of time till I got, smelled out, right?
Yeah.
And, it was just a constant thing. And when I started doing martial arts and, you know, it's grown so much now that it's like you do have to like look out for certain things and this and like the culture, the environment of martial arts changes just like everything, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you have to go in with a some level of discernment, right? Especially like those things that are like spiritual, like they're breeding grounds for abuse,
Yeah.
right? So you have to have discernment. You have to make good choices. You have to, think logically, right? And have some whereabouts. But in general, it's like I went and I started martial arts and I realized that everyone around me had shit stains and they had removed it. And when I started jujitsu, if I sweated hard enough, if I rode hard enough, if I tried hard enough, if I showed up for for hours and every single day, I could shower. My shit
Yeah.
was gone. And for one day, it was gone. If
Yeah.
I went and I sweated and I trained really hard and I pushed myself, suddenly that shit stain was gone and I could be a normal human. And it was like, wow, for somebody who just thought that was going to be it, what a fucking blessing.
Yeah.
After I had that, my last fight, and I just was able to like have myself see that, witness that, it was like, oh, my shit stain's gone.
Exactly. And the one thing I can say is that, and I encourage anybody who's watching this live that if you're struggling, first of all, it's okay to not be okay because we all struggle in some sort of ways. Like, you don't have to carry this burden on your shoulder to have a fake smile one day, then just, break down right behind closed doors. Because I'm telling you right now, I mean, for anybody that's watching this, this sport is so incredible. This sport is so amazing because I get the honor and privilege to meet fighters like yourself and so many others. The stories that you girls share, it's a very amazing thing to hear. And first of all, before I do move on, I want to say I am proud of you. I'm very proud of you for all the hard work and dedication you put into the sport. Because people think of you girls as just as warriors, but you're also human beings. You have your moments of breaking down. You deserve your love and appreciation. So, real and truly, thank you for all that you're doing right now. 10
Yeah,
years in the
you
sport.
too, sir.
I, honestly, it's just I'm just blessed to be able to get a chance to meet an amazing person like yourself. And if you guys want to go follow this incredible human being, please go follow her at Kayla K_la_Rue on Instagram because I'm telling y'all, she is worth it. She is amazing. She makes anybody that goes, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I gotta show some love. It's very cheesy.
I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. It
Uh,
really does mean a lot.
you definitely deserve it. Like like we're all one big dysfunctional family. Whether if you're a fighter, interviewer, cameraman, guy selling hot dogs in the fifth row, I don't care.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
like go ahead.
my fighting's gonna last only so long, you know. I know how this story ends. No matter where my career takes me, I know how it ends. We all end up old and broken and dying, and that's just it. And it's like that's okay. I'll accept it for where I am now and love it. But no matter what, wherever I go in martial arts, I will always be connected to it. Maybe not as a fighter, but definitely as a teammate, as a coach, as a you know supporter in some
Yeah,
way, as an enjoyer. I will always be connected to it, like it's a prison sentence. I'm a lifer.
exactly. And not to mention that, it's also the fact that you got supporters like me that's got your back through
Yes.
thick and thin. I got your back, girl.
Yes, thank you. But no choking out. Got the back, no choke outs.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
So
We're good on that. See, I tell people all the time, it's like I try to stay on y'all's good side. I'm not the one that likes to piss y'all off. Like I come in peace every time.
yeah, I don't think I can
uh,
get mad. Like for real. Like I don't even. I'm just too happy.
yeah, and that's how we all need to be. That's how we all need to be. Now, I got a very tough question to ask you, and I want you to think about this though, is that some fights we all have our great fights, we all have our best fights, but then there's those fights that can be really tough. So my question to you is, what has been the toughest fight in your career?
All of them. Can I just get an easy one? Can I just have like one easy one? Um,
Oh man,
no,
wait till
no.
the final question.
Veronica was a fucking dog. Riley Martinez was a fucking dog. Maya Stewart was a fucking dog. And then they were all really good too. So like you get people who are good and fucking dogs, and it's like fuck.
Oh man,
But I love them all. It's like
yeah,
every mountain, every fight, they're just a mountain that you're climbing, and it's like every single one's hard in their own unique way. And there's so much outside of fighting too that's going on that just changes what's hard, what's not. It's all just, yeah.
yeah. Now, of course, another question I have too is that I'm not saying this is a call out, but is there anybody that you would like to get a chance to fight next?
Um, you mean like so like grappling wise? For sure. I know I was supposed to do a super. I would have to look up her name, but I was supposed to do a super fight with her in Austin, but I ended up having. Let me get her name because it's like this is an interview, and I should use this opportunity, right?
If you want to, I mean, that's perfectly fine. I mean, and by the way, I noticed
It's
we
very
have.
kind. But I re-injured my knee a little bit, and I had to like pull out. But I
Yeah.
would love to, and she was so understanding and so nice. But here's her.
Okay, that's okay. I see exactly who that is. Okay.
All right. But yeah, her name's Hannah. So that would be cool. If she wanted to like go ahead and like finish that up, reschedule that, that'd be awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, anybody, anywhere, but just right now, anybody,
Exactly.
anywhere, but right now. Um, yeah.
I definitely like that for sure. Now, of course, I know you hate my heart the most difficult questions, but I got one. I this promise you, I tell you, this one's a very good one, and it's something I want you to think about. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So at the end of the day, we all want to be recognized for something that we do in a sport. Me, I just want to be recognized as that one cheesy interviewer showing some love to amazing warriors like yourself. But you, as a fighter, you want to be recognized for something different. So my question to you is, what's something you want to be recognized for during a time of fighting?
Oh man, I just want to be viewed as a martial artist, just viewed as a martial artist, as a technician, as somebody who loves the sport and is passionate and is knowledgeable about it,
Yeah.
somebody who thinks about it and embodies it rather than just talks about it. I want to embody it and I want to walk it and um, I want to make the world a stronger place, a
Yeah.
better place, but a stronger place. That's what I'd really like to do.
Yeah, of course. And one thing I can say is that you definitely make this sport incredible just by having you and so many others in it. Because really, truly, it's like, we all need love. We all need dedication. We all need some sort of support that we do in the sport. And really, truly, I really think that with this page that I've had now for which my last account got hacked, but anyways, with this page, it's showing love, it's showing dedication to what you girls do in the sport. And I don't think y'all get enough credit where credit's due. And I really want to say, as far as to you, to anybody that's watching this that are fighting, please keep doing what you're doing because you make this sport incredible just by having you in it. Really, truly, like I'm showing you some love. You definitely deserve all appreciation. So really, truly, keep on doing what you're doing, and it's an honor to get a chance to have this talk with you. I feel like we've had a great time.
Yeah, thank you. No, the story's all the best part. The story's all the best part. So anything to encapsulate that and bring that forward is always because the fights disappear.
Yeah.
Disappear. The stories don't. The way you feel doesn't. It lives on. So anything that can kind of celebrate and uphold that part of it's always awesome.
And you know what? What's really awesome? Get ready for cheesy Jake. But yet, for having you in here, first of all, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Lactose intolerant to this cheese. Lactose intolerant. There's gonna be an explosion, bro. Shut up. Try it again.
Hey, I can't help it. I gotta show some love. I gotta be cheesy now. This I call myself cheesy Jake.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, if I'm not being cheesy, then yeah, I don't want to be like the most
Cut
boring
the
person.
cheese.
Exactly, exactly. But really, truly, guys, if y'all want to get a chance to follow Miss Kayla, please go follow her on Instagram at K_love_Rue. She deserves all the love, all the appreciation. I can honestly say that I'm so excited for what's next for you, whether if it's grappling, fighting, whatever it is that you're doing next. You best believe I got my invisible foam finger supporting you in your corner.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You definitely deserve it. Do you have any final thoughts or final comments you want to say before we hop off here?
No, not really. Just thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, you guys go and follow Miss Kayla. She definitely deserves it. And if you guys go want to follow me, it is at the Fighting Queens on Instagram. Make sure you guys do so. And if you like this interview and more, hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. But for until then, for Miss Kayla, I am Jake
Got,
saying so
I
long.
got a request. Leave a gi emoji in the chat. A gi emoji. Emoji, if you will.
A what emoji?
Gi. The gi emoji.
The
The
G
black one.
emoji.
A gi emoji, if you will. Yeah, leave
Hey,
one in the chat. Leave one in the chat.
definitely leave one in the chat for
For the
sure.
algorithm.
If I see a gee emoji in the chat, I promise you I will screenshot it and make sure I send it to you.
Emojis, let's go.
Well, hey, once when I get done, as far as this will automatically be streamed or automatically be live on YouTube. So you guys can check this interview out and more. It is Jake representing the Fighting Queens. That is Miss Kayla. Glad to have you on here, and thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule for this interview. And for both of us, we want to say so long, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, sir. Bye, guys.
See you guys.